The SEC dropping its lawsuit against Binance and founder CZ late last week. The original complaint accused the world's largest crypto exchange by volume of illegally serving U.S. users, inflating trading volumes, and commingling customer funds. Joining us right now, first on CNBC, is Binance's CEO Richard Teng. Good morning to you. Before we get into it, what did you think when you first heard the news?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. First, let me express this. We are very grateful to Chairman Poikins, President Trump, and the Trump administration for choosing to really support and foster innovation rather than stifling it, for choosing a very considered and thoughtful approach in terms of crypto formulation and regulation instead of going down the path of regulation by enforcement. Right? So this is great news. It's a significant win for us as a company, for Binance as a company, for the industry as a whole as well. And US is firmly back into the driving seat to become the crypto hub of the world.
How do you think the public should think about this decision, given some of the evidence and other things that was presented to the public about some of the charges and allegations prior?
I think what's important is that going forward, we're going to have much greater clarity coming out. There's support from both sides of the houses to formulate clear rules and regulations to support and regulate the crypto industry. And we're deeply supportive of that, right? We at Binance always believe that we have to invest very greatly into the areas of making sure that customers' interests are protected. We always place users and customers at the forefront of every decision that we make. We celebrated more than 275 million customers just last week. So we'll continue to focus on areas of user protection, working with global jurisdiction and countries around the world to uphold standards, maintaining high standards of security and integrity, and continue to invest heavily into compliance to make it a competitive advantage for ourselves.
Richard, the other thing is that your founder apparently has applied for a pardon. And I would also just mention, by the way, the Trump meme coin and other things can be purchased on Binance. So I just wonder whether you think that how the public should think about what some people would describe as a conflict.
Well, if you think about it, the Trump meme coin can be purchased on multiple platforms. It can be purchased on decentralized platform as well. So it's freely available out there. And I think that's the beauty of the crypto industry. It's 24/7, it's global, and it's an innovation that nobody can stop. So I think it's extremely wise for the administration to support and make crypto and AI at the center of its agenda. And these are the two foremost, most important technology that all countries going forward should focus on.
Well, let me just go back to the coin. You know, there's a whole bunch of folks, by the way, in the crypto industry that you exist in that think that the president having a meme coin undermines the credibility of the crypto movement, if you will, that they say, look, this is a conflict. There are laws in the United States that prevent folks, foreigners and others, from effectively enriching the president or his family. This is a way effectively for anybody in the world to send money to the president.
Well, if you think about it technically, anybody can issue a meme coin, right? So in terms of the crypto space, there are so many different utilities and it's a very wide spectrum of different tokens, some utility, some fall into GameFi sector, you have stable coins, you have payment, SocialFi, and you have this sector called meme coins, right? So anybody can issue a coin, essentially. It's how do you make it successful, right? But it's not my position to say who should be issuing a coin on that front and what's the utility of that coin. A lot of times it's the community that embrace it, and we are very respectful of what the community wants on that front.
I want to talk about compliance for a second, because back in 2023, you disclosed that you'd spent about $213 million on compliance programs that year. That was 35% higher from the previous year. And so I was curious, what's happened since then?
Well, today we are the most regulated global platform. We are regulated in more than 22 different countries. If you look at our compliance spend, it continues to increase substantially. Today, if you look at the compliance account, we have more than 1,400 people, making us the biggest headcount in terms of the compliance space within the crypto industry, right? So we continue to invest, and we have the ability to invest. I mentioned that security, compliance, these are very key areas that we work with global regulators to focus attention on. In the area of security, you have seen a lot of hacks over the course of the last year and this year, some very high profile involving substantial amount of money. So we continue to invest very greatly, and we have the ability to do so to make sure that we are the safest, most secured, and we are the most compliant platform out there.
Who do you see as your biggest competitor? Is that Coinbase? Is it somebody else?
We are focused on our destination. We have more than 275 million global users. And if you look at our journey, we started 2024 with 170 million users. We have surpassed 275 million users last week. So in the course of less than a year and a half, we added more than 100 million new users. So we are focusing on making sure that we continue to be the most attractive platform out there. I mean, if you look at people that know Binance, know that we're the largest blockchain ecosystem in this space. We offer the best order book liquidity spread, and people that knows best execution knows that they've come through us to get the best beta spread, and that results in substantial savings for anybody wishing to trade in crypto.